has set up a task team that will undertake broad consultations on making vaccination mandatory for specific activities and locations.
Message well received within the business sector, but there's still no clarity on how government will implement the proposed mandatory vaccination. Government will spend the next few months exploring ways to make vaccination mandatory and restrict those who are not vaccinated in certain public areas. It has reiterated that to save lives and livelihoods, vaccination is still the most viable option. Business for South Africa says it too supports the need to urgently institute mandatory vaccination.
We're focusing on two areas. One is the need for vaccination mandates to be rolled out as quickly as possible, not just across the private sector, but by institutions and indeed the public sector, wherever that's practically possible. And we're seeing a growing tide of activity in that regard, obviously operating in parallel with the need to try and persuade people on the merits of the case that vaccinations are both in the individual and in society's broader interest.
Says South Africa cannot afford to go into another lockdown restriction above alert level 2.
The general mood within NEDLAC, again, Cass may want to comment on this, from all of the social partners, is that as a country we cannot afford to go to higher levels of restriction within the economy, certainly not to go above adjusted level 2.
B4SA says last weekend, business called for vaccine mandates in the workplace and for the imposition of public access restrictions for the unvaccinated. And they are happy that government has made a call to look into it. It further urges government to go about this process in a speedy manner. Nothando Makutulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.